I will do my best.
RJ Decker, all episodes now streaming. Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Now at 10, Belmont's big build.
I think that fixing 14th Street goes a long way to connecting that neighborhood with the rest of the city.
A redevelopment plan in Lincoln moving forward tonight. What projects could soon revamp the neighborhood? Then panic at the pool. A chlorine incident sending several people to the hospital. How a routine maintenance process led to a chemical exposure. Plus, a trail of tragedy.
Today, I simply do not have the words. This act of evil and what it has done to our community.
6 people dead after a shooting rampage in Iowa. Why investigators believe the victims hit close to home. And out of Omaha.
I have been traumatized by this whole experience.
Passengers exposed to the hantavirus beginning to leave the National Quarantine Unit. What comes next in their recovery and monitoring? We start tonight with a severe weather alert for parts of Nebraska. Citizen journalist Theo snapping these photos and sending them to us on our Now Local News app. Out of Raymond, earlier this evening, you could faintly see a funnel wanting to form, but luckily, nothing ever came to fruition. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. As we begin the month of June today, it could get a little stormy for some. Taking a live look now through our southeast Nebraska network of cameras, a warm and muggy day. It just kind of felt like storms could be brewing. Let's get the latest from Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. How's it looking right now, Rusty?
Actually, knock on wood, but some decent news. Good old-fashioned thunderstorms rolling through the western half of the state, dropping some much-needed precipitation for many. And the severe weather has been very limited. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch. This goes until 2 o'clock in the morning for the areas shaded in that salmon pink color there. So through early tomorrow morning for McCook and North Platte, Broken Bow, and areas in western and southwestern Nebraska. Now, there are some thunderstorms out there right now. And like I said, this has been some much-needed precipitation for many folks out west. There has been some strong storms, but for the last couple of hours, haven't seen much in the way of severe weather. Hoping that continues. We could dodge the severe weather and just get the rain out of it. That would be 100% on the good side of things. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln Cam, just a little bit of a breeze. 77 degrees with east-northeast wind at 8 miles per hour. Temperatures are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. 77 in Lincoln. Dew points also in the 50s and 60s, so a little muggy out there with a little bit of a breeze out of the east at 5 to 15. Here's what it looks like as we head through tonight into early tomorrow morning. Storms linger through 1 a.m. and then make their way into eastern Nebraska before kind of fizzling out a little bit, but still a good rain chance for portions of the state. We'll talk more about this rain threat in a few.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Breaking now in Iowa, a gunman is dead after police say he shot and killed 6 people before taking his own life. This unfolded at several locations in Muscatine in eastern Iowa. Police say they first received reports of a shooting at a home. That's where officers found 4 people dead. Another man was later found dead inside another home, and a 6th victim was found inside a business. Investigators say the gunman, 52-year-old Ryan McFarland, shot himself after officers confronted him.
Today, I simply do not have the words. This act of evil and what it has done to our community. The preliminary investigation indicates the shooting stemmed from a domestic dispute. At this time, all victims are believed to be family members of the deceased.
Record, detectives continue to process crime scenes and conduct witness interviews. New at 10, a Belmont redevelopment plan moves one step closer to reality. The Lincoln City Council heard plans for millions of dollars in future investments in the Belmont neighborhood. City leaders say the project could begin bringing improvements to the area as soon as next year. The plan calls for improvements to Belmont Park, the community center, and new features to create a stronger neighborhood identity. Plans also include improving access to the bridge around North 14th Street there. City officials estimate as much as $23 million can be invested over the next 2 decades.
One of the things that I think if you live up in the Belmont neighborhood, what you'll hear from them is they feel somewhat disconnected from the rest of the city. There are citizens of Lincoln, but I think that fixing 14th Street goes a long way to connecting that neighborhood with the rest of the city.
Community leaders spoke in support of the plan, including representatives from the Belmont Community Center who say the community has been directly involved in shaping the vision for the neighborhood. Well, breaking now, NCAA Softball Player of the Year and Husker star Jordy Fromm is pregnant. Fromm and her husband Trey announcing the big news on social media today. Joining me at the desk is Nate Johnson. Nate, Jordy was already incredible all season, but she had been competing for right around 3 months while pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said they're incredible. Not too many words to describe that other than that. And she has had such an incredible journey in her own career this season. And that journey will be taking a new blessing of a challenge. Fromm was sensational all season, earning NFCA and USA Softball Player of the Year honors. Was named the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. Helped her team to a Big Ten regular season title, a Big Ten tournament title, and a trip to the Women's College World Series. At the plate, she batted for .403, 11 doubles, 4 triples, 20 home runs, all while becoming the first player in NCAA softball history to pitch 20 wins, hit 20 home runs in back-to-back seasons, all while boasting a 1.37 ERA, 21 wins, 251 strikeouts, all of that while being pregnant. Pretty incredible indeed. A big congrats to Jordy and Trey. And Rod, you know, I'm not a dad, so a question for you.
Okay.
Any word of advice for the Fromm families to prepare for this new chapter in their life?
Well, you're probably going to be a little nervous. That's okay, so be there for each other. Savor every moment, and your life will never be the same.
And probably some maybe sleepless nights and some diaper changes?
Oh, yes, lots of those. Thank you very much, Nate. Right now, we want you to know free meals for children are available through a summer food program. All children ages 1 to 18 are eligible at specific sites across Nebraska. This is through the U.S. Department of Ag. A number of camps and programs are also offering free meals to those children who are enrolled. We have more information and a list of program sites on KOKNTV.com under the links we mentioned tab. Americans exposed to the hantavirus outbreak are now allowed to go home, but that doesn't mean the quarantine period is over for those passengers. Now officials trying to put strict rules in place to protect the public, but not all states are on board with the plan. Despite health officials urging these passengers to stay in Omaha for a full 42 days, some people are quitting quarantine early. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson joins us here with details of what we know so far. Mackenzie?
Rod, out of the 18 Americans who were on the cruise ship, 5 are reportedly leaving Nebraska and returning home. But one man telling ABC his reasoning for staying in Omaha for another 3 weeks.
I have been traumatized by this whole experience. I'm afraid to leave this room until I know that the chance of me getting sick is 0%. I want to know when I leave that the chance of me risking other people, you know, my family, friends, the general public, I want to know that my risk isn't minimal. I want that also to be 0%.
18 Americans have been staying in the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha for 21 days. And on Monday, those passengers able to return home for the first time since embarking on the MV Hondius cruise ship. But they've only completed half of the quarantine period for this strain of hantavirus. And for another 3 weeks, they need to be closely monitored for symptoms. Authorities are letting them return home under some conditions. If they leave Omaha, they'll be monitored around the clock for another 21 days to ensure they're in isolation. But for others, the risk is simply not worth it. Jake Rosemarin from Boston explaining on social media why he will spend the entire 6-week period in Omaha.
The recommendation by the facility is that we stay here for the full 42 days. So the main recommendation is that we stay here. So that in itself is a good reason for me to stay.
CNN is reporting 5 passengers have left Omaha, with one telling them he was flown home on a chartered plane with medical officials. The federal government is mandating that each of these patients be monitored 24/7 to ensure they stay in their homes. And they will check in with their state health departments daily, with a plan in place should they show any symptoms. But Rosemarin says it puts his mind at ease to be in Omaha for the time being.
Here at this facility, if in the case that something goes wrong, I have super quick access to the best medical care possible. This facility is prepared for something like this kind of virus.
Health officials say until this clock reaches 0, it would not be surprising to see additional cases of hantavirus come up. We'll keep you updated if we learn anything new on air and on our Now Local News app. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. Tonight, the race to salvage a deal between the U.S. and Iran continues. Iran firing missiles at U.S. troops in Kuwait today as peace talks between the U.S. and Iran stall. Iranian media reporting that Tehran is suspending negotiations with the U.S. due to Israel's ongoing military strikes in Lebanon. The president also saying Israel and Hezbollah today agreed to pause fighting after he spoke to both parties. Iran has long maintained that a ceasefire in Lebanon should be part of any agreement to end the war.
That's why they stopped negotiating, trying to get the U.S. to put a lot of pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu to stop this operation.
Now, the Iranians today also saying they would seek complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Right now, authorities are searching for a missing inmate here in Lincoln. State officials say an inmate failed to return to the Community Corrections Center here in Lincoln after a job earlier today. They say 34-year-old Amanda Ekman's electronic monitoring device was later found near 44th and Superior. She's serving a sentence for financial and drug-related convictions. New tonight, a day at the pool taking an unexpected turn in Columbus. Emergency crews evaluated a dozen patients at Pawnee Plunge after apparent exposure to too much chlorine this afternoon. The Columbus Fire Department responding just before 3 o'clock. Officials say 12 people were evaluated, 8 were taken to the hospital and 4 declined treatment. Investigators believe a chlorine air pocket was released during a routine filter cleaning process. The water park temporarily closed but has since reopened. Stay with us. We have plenty after the break, such as unexpected setback, one business temporarily shutting down, how they're working to serve customers while crews clean up. And all new tomorrow morning. Millions for safety. The Lancaster County Board set to talk about $1 million grant for the Nebraska Crime Commission. What the funding could be used for, that's tomorrow at 5, 6, and 11 a.m.
Some strong storms, a lot of lightning in the western half of the state, but much needed precipitation as well. We'll take a look at it when we come back.
New at 10, a Gretna school employee's classroom fallout has now reached the courthouse. Court records show former preschool teacher Tammy Haberer is now facing serious allegations after being charged with child abuse. Court records show Haberer is accused of intentionally committing child abuse. In a statement to Channel 8, Gretna Public Schools said it learned of the incident in February, immediately removing her from the classroom and later terminated her employment. In a statement, Gretna superintendent saying, quote, the safety, health, and emotional well-being of our students is our district's top priority. He also said the district was deeply disturbed by the allegations and took immediate action to protect students. Haber is due back in court on July 9th. Well, Pride Month is beginning right now, but according to the LGBTQ State Climate Index, Nebraska is in the bottom half of U.S. states to live in as a member of that community. In fact, we are down 2 spots from last year. Channel 8's Emma Norwood speaking with one group about the ranking.
Pride Month is here, and in Lincoln, Star City Pride is gearing up for a series of celebrations.
Creating that space where we can celebrate queer joy, where we can just be in community with one another, it's something special.
According to State Climate Index, Nebraska comes in at number 29 for the best LGBTQ+ business climate. The site basing their ranking off of 5 categories: legal and non-discrimination, youth and family, political and religious, health and safety, and work and economic.
I feel like we're seeing more and more of us coming together as a community, really creating those spaces that don't exist because we understand how it can be difficult to be queer in Nebraska. I think that that's like a really great part of us as a queer community, and recognizing how whenever we struggle, we all decide to come together. And trying to make sure that that ranking rises.
Although Nebraska's ranking is only at 29, Star City Pride agrees the whole state is making strides to change that.
I think that's why we have pride, that's why we create these spaces for us to celebrate. And, I just mentioned Sydney, Nebraska, they're having one of their first prides ever this year. Same with Chadron, Nebraska, they're having their first pride.
Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
And here's a chance for you to help out. Menards is holding its annual food drive during June and July. You can purchase non-perishable goods at their grocery aisle and drop them into the designated donation boxes near the front exits. Your donations will go to folks who might be struggling a little bit right now. Speaking of right now, an unexpected accident has forced a Kearney business to close its doors. There on your screen, you can see some sort of accident forced the optical gallery to temporarily shut down. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The crews will be working on repairs for the foreseeable future. The staff are also working to reschedule appointments, and they say it will reopen tomorrow for customers who need to be picking up glasses and contacts.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
General overview of this entire system. We're kind of on the northern edge of it. Severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. there, and then these watches into parts of Kansas. This is where the stronger part of the storm is at now. This may get strong eventually, and we'll kind of go over that in the next couple of minutes. First, what happened today? Well, it was 89 degrees. Precipitation was really close. If you were out and about earlier this afternoon, one storm formed just west of the capital city. I mean, it got really big really fast, and it got really small really fast. I mean, it was amazing to watch that just balloon up and then go, no, never mind, and died out. It was, heavy rain for like 5 minutes in one spot in northwestern Lancaster County. Just incredible. Anyway, 89 degrees for a high today. It's only 7 degrees away from that record high. 48th and Cornhusker Highway, boy, there's nobody out. Where is everybody? Well, I guess it is Monday. That makes sense. And the road's still kind of closed. Here comes some traffic down there. There they all are. Look at, isn't that a good looking road though? It's so close. I could feel it. It's just so close. On our ABC Seamless Cam. 77, still very warm in Lincoln. 79 in Beatrice. 76 Hebron. Very warm just about everywhere. A lot of 77s. Lincoln, Nebraska City, Falls City. Still 81 in Omaha. A little cooler over there in Kearney at 75. But the dew points in the 60s for everybody, which isn't terrible, but you can still feel it. I'm sure if you were out and about today, you're like, oh yeah, humidity. There it is. Not a whole lot of wind, less than 10 miles per hour. For everybody, but a little bit gusty on the other side of where those storms are at. Look at that. A lot of lightning, good soaking of rainfall though. So if you can have lightning and heavy rain at the same time, that usually thwarts any kind of fire possibility, especially with as dry as this area is. This is falling over that, the really bad drought, that area, that's where that rain's falling right now. So it's just, that's liquid gold right there coming down. Now we do have a severe weather threat with it. It's basically moving out of the slight risk and now moving into the marginal, level 1 marginal. We may see 1 or 2 more strong, maybe severe storms, but overall, it feels like it's just kind of winding down. But still, a little bit of wind out of this is a possibility, maybe some small hail, and this even wraps all the way around here. But this should start to weaken, excuse me, by about 7 to 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, and maybe stick around a little bit into the afternoon. Then part 2 on Tuesday, western half of the state, and this is it's not going to look like much. I just warning you, but here's the wave right there. Through 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then it just kind of goes back up. So we'll see. I mean, this will evolve. The Storm Prediction Center will reissue its day 2 forecast to see if that still holds true for the western half of the state tomorrow, and that would be tomorrow night. Tonight, a lot of 60s out there, between 60 and 65, maybe even a little warmer the further south and southeast you go. High temperatures tomorrow. I think we'll get back into the upper 70s and lower 80s. 82 in Lincoln, and every day gets a little bit warmer. 82s, storms possible Tuesday in the morning, and then again in the afternoon. Some spot storms may pop up in eastern Nebraska. Then on and off Wednesday, on and off Thursday. Every day has a chance. Smaller chances on Saturday and Sunday. Look at these temperatures. Once we get into the 90s, that's kind of a lot of heat, almost too warm for it to storm. So we may see just partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies for a good portion of next week, with a lot of 90s in that 10-day forecast. Weather trivia time. Wind speed is often referred to in knots. 1 knot equals how many miles per hour? Is it 1.15? Is it 5.5? Is it 10? Or is it 88 miles per hour?
Nate's out here with me, so we're both going to guess. I have absolutely no idea. I've never studied knots. That type of knot. How about 10 miles an hour?
Yeah, I was going to C as well.
It's not much different. It's 1.15.
Oh,
so
okay.
Basically, if boats and planes kind of use the knot, so it's really close. It's just a little different.
All right. Thank you, Rusty. Coming up next, we're heading into the Sports Zone. Nate, what's going on tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Well, we hit the biggest news earlier, but we're going to have more on Jordy and Trey Fromm coming up after the break, and we'll be looking at one Husker golfer earning some all-region honors. That and more next.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Zone. Well, if you haven't heard or missed it earlier, NCAA Softball Player of the Year and Husker star Jordy Fromm is pregnant. First of all, congrats to Jordy and Trey posting the socials today to break the news. Fromm was sensational all season, earning NFCA and USA Softball Player of the Year honors. Was named the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, helps her team to a Big Ten regular season title, a Big Ten tournament title, and a trip to the Women's College World Series. At the plate, she hit for .403 with 11 doubles, 4 triples, 20 home runs, all while becoming the first player in NCAA softball history to pitch 20 wins and hit 20 home runs in back-to-back seasons. She boasted a 1.37 ERA, 21 wins, 251 strikeouts, all of this while being pregnant. Pretty incredible, and our thoughts are going to be with the family in their next chapter of life. Let's keep this softball theme going. ESPN released some viewership numbers from opening day. If you take a look at your screens, Nebraska versus Arkansas set a record as the most viewed opening Thursday game. The two teams pulling in 1.4 million viewers with a peak audience of 1.6 million viewers. The viewership for Thursday's games was up 63% from last year, and if that's not a sign of, one, where this sport is going, and two, just how impactful Nebraska fans are, not sure what more proof you need. And take a look at the other games. They're both getting at least 1 million viewers themselves. Really cool for the sport of volleyball. And here's a look at an update from the Women's College World Series today. Texas beat Tennessee to start the day 5-2, 13 hits for the Longhorns. Game 2 also going Texas's way, so Texas advancing. Then Alabama and Texas Tech started at 6. Texas Tech picking up a 5-4 win, so Game 2 is right now between Alabama and Texas Tech. From the Women's College World Series to the Men's NCAA Baseball Championship, let's check in on some of today's action from the tournament. Man, this has been really an incredible tournament. St. John's upsetting Florida State. Troy beating Florida. Oklahoma walking off Georgia Tech. West Virginia hanging on to beat Kentucky. And then Milwaukee and Auburn in progress right now, as is USC and Texas A&M. Keeping things on the diamond, let's take a look at what's going on for some of our local teams. Kansas City started a new series with Cincinnati today. That goes until Wednesday. The Royals picking up a win, 9-2 the final this evening. They came out hot, scoring 4 runs in the first. The Storm Chasers start a road trip tomorrow in Columbus until the 7th, and the Salt Dogs begin a home series with the Dock Hounds starting tomorrow until Thursday, and then they'll be home until Sunday. The Canaries in town throughout the weekend here in Lincoln. A nice stretch of home games for the Salt Dogs. Finally, Nebraska golfer Rudy Soutrun continues to rack up the awards this season. He became Nebraska's first team All Big Ten men's golfer in 2026. And today, it was announced Soutrun captured NCAA Division I, pinning all region honors for the second straight season. He closed the season with a school record 70.27 stroke average over 41 rounds, which, as a light golfer myself, got to say, that is pretty impressive. And that will do it for sports tonight. Rob, will go ahead and send things back over to you.
All right, thank you, Nate. Rusty, we'll have a final check of your forecast when we come back.
Thunderstorm watch does continue until 2 o'clock in the morning. We haven't seen any severe weather. It's been close, but no severe storms over the last couple of hours. Cautiously optimistic that we will stay just below severe weather limits, but a lot of lightning, some small hail, some heavy rain, which if it can come down in the right spot at the right amount of time, we will hopefully help that drought out a little bit. This is falling exactly where it really needs to fall. So zooming in just a little bit so you can kind of see where it's at a little closer between North Platte and Kearney up towards Broken Bow. Probably a noisy evening for a lot of folks in the western half of the state. This will eventually make its way into eastern Nebraska early tomorrow morning, and then it kind of fizzles out a little bit and then tries to come back tomorrow afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you for joining us. Andrew in Houston will be here bright and early at 5 a.m. Jimmy Kimmel is coming up next. Have a great night.